Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are looking at November 2024 insights. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is also linked in the description box below. Okay, we are looking at November 2024 insights for pile number 1, please. And can we have a card for pile number 2, please? November 2024 insights. Can we have a card for pile number 3, please, for November 2024 insights? Okay, pile number 1, you have honesty, truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. And you have the Bloodstone. Pile number 2, you have gut instincts, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. And your stone is the Tourmalinated Quartz. Okay, pile number 3, you have inner child, playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, and wonder. And your stone is moss agate. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Bloodstone, and your card is honesty, truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. So I feel with this card that there's something that you haven't been saying to somebody, even something you haven't been saying to yourself. I feel like you haven't been living to your highest good, or you have been staying silent about something because maybe you don't want to rock the boat, or for some reason you've just kept quiet about something. And this could be directed toward another person, or this could be really speaking to your inner truth. Like maybe you haven't been, maybe your life isn't aligned to how you would like to see it. And maybe you've been kind of ignoring that or putting off making changes in your life. And so I feel like this is all about you really being honest with yourself, and then expressing that honesty outward, whether that is communicating with other people or kind of realizing changes that you need to make in your life and then working to make those changes happen. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Let's go ahead and look at your other oracle cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 1 for their November 2024 insights, please? Emergence and Dragonfly. This goes so well with what I was saying. So it really feels like you haven't been living to your fullest potential. And you're going to either start to realize that in November, or actually with Emergence, I think that not only are you going to realize that in November, but you're actually going to start to make changes so that you can kind of walk into your highest good, the life that you're meant to lead, right? So you're starting to get these ideas of changes that you want to make. You're speaking your truth to people, and you are going to really start to see how things kind of line up for you once you really kind of speak your truth and put your needs and your wants out into the universe. We have forest and breath. So I feel like with this card, you've gone through some kind of like cleansing period. You've gone through an awakening period. You really kind of sat down with yourself and kind of decided how you want your life to go from this point on. And I really feel, looking at this card, that you want to paint a different picture for your life. I feel like you want to make some changes. And I feel like before you weren't sure how to go about these changes or how to express the need for change. And I feel like you're really starting to come into your own power this month, where you're not afraid to speak your truth anymore. I mean, it might be scary for you. You might be a little bit afraid to actually take that first step and really speak out loud what it is that you want or what it is that you need. But I feel like once you take those first few steps, it's going to start to become more natural to you and a lot easier as you start moving forward. Okay, let's look at your other oracle cards. Okay, hold on, there's one stuck. Okay, there we go. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1 in their November 2024 insights, please? Desire. Do you see how it's coming together? Okay, there's something that you desire, something like, it's like you want to make these changes in your life. You want to transform your life. With the emergence card in the dragonfly, you want things to, you want something different than what you've had recently. So the situation, it seems like you've been in a situation that just, it's maybe at one point it was aligned with where you were going, but for some reason it's caused a bit of anxiety or a sense of like wanting something better for yourself. And not only are you just desiring that, now you're actually ready or will be ready to actually bring these new things to life. It's like you're not going to just sit there and accept where you are anymore. You're actually going to make an effort to change things. Intuition. And this is exactly why you're going to be doing that, because something is kind of nudging you along to want to speak your truth. Something's making you feel like, I need to make a change. It's kind of like a gut instinct. Your psychic abilities are becoming more apparent to you. It's almost like I just heard like, in my mind, I heard like a noise that was getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And it's getting to the point where you can't ignore it anymore. And because of that, it's like you're finding your key. You're finding the key to your voice. And that's exactly how these changes are going to emerge for you. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1? We're looking at November 2024 insights for pile number 1, please. We have the Ace of Wands. This goes so well with what we've been saying. It's like this spark. There's something that is kind of waking you up to wanting more, to wanting to make changes in your life, like this desire. It's like, it's like instinctively you know that you need to speak your truth and walk along a different path. It's like a breath of fresh air for you. And it's like you have the instinct, you have the desire, you have passion for something to... For some of you, I feel like there's an ending and a beginning coming up for you. I don't know exactly what area this is in yet, but it's like something that's undeniable. It seems like something happened to kind of wake you up so that you say, you know what? I'm not living in my truth. I am not being honest with myself that this situation is just not working for me. Maybe it's something that you tried to make work, or something that you just kind of woke up one day and said, this just isn't working for me anymore. And I feel like that spark, that sense of wanting more, that it's just going to grow and grow and grow, that it's not going to go away. It's like this burning desire for you to make these changes in your life. We have the Three of Swords. For some of you, it could be leaving behind a relationship that's no longer working for you, or leaving behind a job, friends, moving even, because I feel like part of the reason why you haven't spoken your truth yet is because it's going to be painful for you to actually speak these words. No matter what it is. Remember I told you that it feels like there's something ending so something else can begin? That's what I see here with the Three of Swords. But this has to happen. It's like you feel internally like you literally cannot stay where you are, because you've outgrown something, you've outgrown a situation, you've gotten everything that you can, you've given everything that you can, and it's just would kind of keep you down. It would stunt your growth, like your soul growth. And I feel that it's going to take a lot of courage for you to actually do this. But I see that you do have the courage here with the Ace of Wands. So just keep that in mind. Then we have the Judgment card. Wow. Look at this card. I mean, how powerful is this card here? So with the Judgment card, this is kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay, so this represents you being scared to say something, you being afraid to make a change. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't like change. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't like confrontation, and that's why it's been so difficult for you to speak your truth. Maybe you just didn't want to confront this situation. Maybe it's just something within yourself. Because the Three of Swords here, this could represent just you. This could represent you not wanting to face that you need to make changes in your own life. Like you outgrew a certain aspect of your life. So this could just be you saying goodbye to a piece of yourself that just no longer fits in your life anymore. So then we move into the Judgment card here, and it's like, basically what I see here is taking that leap of faith, a little bit like the Fool card, where, especially because we have intuition here. So to me, in your particular reading, this is like the Fool card, where some of you know exactly where you're going to be going once you kind of speak your truth. Others of you, I feel like you don't know exactly where this road is going to take you, but you just know that you have to make these changes. And that's kind of how I see the Fool card here in this Judgment card in your particular reading. And it's like you're being guided by spirit, by an inner desire, by this inner knowing to make these changes so that you can find greater happiness in your life, so that you can grow, so that you can kind of breathe again. Because I'm feeling like wherever you are in your own life, or whoever you're around, or what situation you're in, it's kind of like, it's a little suffocating. It's a little bit overwhelming. And I think it's overwhelming because it's so stagnant. It's literally like, I feel like I'm in a small room that has no ventilation, and it's like I have a sense of almost like, if I stay in the situation any longer, I'm gonna start to panic. Okay, so it's like a sense of claustrophobia almost with your situation, which is interesting that you have a key here, because I didn't even put those two together when I talked about being in a small room and feeling suffocated. And it really is like you're finding the key to open that door with the Judgment card here. And you're going to feel so much lighter and so much happier and healthier too. Healthier in your mind and your body. It's like a sense of freedom and movement. Yeah. Here we have the Tower card. So whatever the situation is, you know that it's no longer meant for you. You're no longer meant to have an attachment to a person or a situation or a place. It's time for you to move on from something. Like, you desire more than what you have in this current situation. You desire more than anything you could ever have in this situation. And you see how there's a path here? Like, you really want to go on a different path, but you can't do that until you break this bond here, until you break this union. And can you see that there's little skulls here? I don't know if you can quite see them, but it's really similar to the Death card, where, and also the Judgment card. You see how these two are together? Like, you want a second chance at life. You want a second chance to do things differently. You want to break away from these things that are kind of tying you down. And I see it happening. I see you really getting the courage to really disconnect from this situation. We have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this has been kind of building for a little while, where I feel like you've noticed little things. So whether this is a relationship or a situation, it could even be a friendship, whatever it is, it's like little things over time have caught your attention. Now, these little things can be within the situation that's no longer working for you, and you've kind of been like, you know what, this thing happened, then this happened, then this happened, and it's all kind of slowly leading up and building up to a breaking point. Or you could have been noticing things outside of the situation, little things here and there that made you think, if I could only have that, or I wish I could change my life so that I could be on that path and I could have all these little things coming into my life. So either way, and it could even be both. It could be a little bit of both here. I feel like something like that is what really sparked basically your intuition, kind of awakening in you that wherever you are, you're not quite happy. And thinking, you know what, I think I need to make some changes here. A slow build up, slowly, slowly, slowly building. And that's kind of like where you're emerging into a new mindset, which is different from where you were over here. We have the Six of Wands. So what Spirit wants you to know with the Six of Wands here is that you are going to be successful navigating this situation. Remember I said there's going to be movement forward, or there's movement. That's what we see here. So you're moving you're moving from back here, kind of exiting that situation, and you come out here and it's like you can breathe again. It's like a sigh of relief, almost a sense of, oh, I got out of that situation. I feel so much better. And having victory, having, being on the right path now. And this may have been the right path when you first entered the situation, when you first, when the situation first started, whatever it is. But over time, you just kind of outgrew it. And so Spirit is saying that, you know, have the courage to make the changes, have the courage to speak your mind, because you're going to be rewarded for being brave and moving toward your truth. We have the Two of Pentacles. It seems like you have a decision to make about something. It looks like you're weighing your options. You're trying to figure out what happens if I stay, what happens if I go. And you're trying to, I feel like you're trying to find a balance for yourself. With the people back here, I feel like certain people somebody might be trying to hold you and keep you where you are now. Like from someone's trying to keep you from leaving a situation. It's either that, or these two people back here represent kind of your ego and your intuition. And you're kind of battling between the two, where one side says, oh no, I don't like change. You know, let's not rock the boat. And the other side is your intuition saying, listen to the signs you've been getting, listen to your spirit guides, and sit and think for a minute about what it is that you need to do to create more of a balance in your life going forward. So again, with the Three of Swords, this is not going to be an easy situation for you to navigate. It might be that, I mean, that doesn't mean that you're going to sit there and dwell on the situation forever, but even if you just make a decision and you move on with your life away from the situation, it doesn't mean that it's easy. So just because it looks easy doesn't mean it is easy. So just go easy on yourself. Okay? And know that your bravery for speaking your truth to yourself and other people, it's going to pay off for you. We have the Queen of Pentacles, exactly what I said. It's going to pay off for you. So I get a sense that you are wanting to be independent, wanting to kind of do something on your own, away from someone else, or wanting to start something on your own. For some of you, this could mean that you want to leave a job that you've had or a career that you've had, and you want to kind of start over. Because if you see here, the Queen of Pentacles is actually sitting. It looks like her feet are actually in water. So you're wanting to create something that's more emotionally fulfilling to you, and something that brings you more fulfillment in your life, something that brings you more structure, something that's more like stable. And with the little fairies here, which were also here, these are the lights that I was pointing out here. To me, that's representing your intuition and Spirit kind of trying to nudge you in the right direction. So again, you're going to be successful with these moves that you're making. Oh, that's another thing. It could actually be a literal move. Some of you might want to start over, kind of move somewhere where you don't necessarily know anybody, and just really kind of get a breath of fresh air in a new environment and kind of reinvent yourself in a new location where you could possibly be moving to. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Remember when I said you're going to be successful? Okay, you're going to be successful. Let me just tell you again, okay? You're going to be successful. So if you have a fear of, oh, I don't know if things are going to work out. I don't know if I'll be able to figure things out. I don't know what's going to happen after I speak my truth. Okay, well, I can tell you right here. Do you see the purple kind of flames energy coming out here? Let me just point something out to you. Okay. Do you see the same colors here with the Tower card? Do you see how the purple here, the purple and white here lines up with the Tower here? Okay. That is showing you, and that is confirming for you that once you have the courage to move forward from this situation, once you have the courage to break this bond that you have here, it's going to create a spark of energy, like this desire, this passion, this excitement for your new beginning. And with all of that passion and desire and excitement and all of that, see, this person's actually creating the pentacles that you see down here. You're gonna, it's like you're opening the bottle of, like, opening the pathway to your desires, to a better life for yourself. And once, like, what I'm seeing is like having like a carbonated beverage and shaking it up, and then when you open it, it just kind of expands and it goes everywhere. I see your energy doing that. I see you like having this incredible sense of creativity, and it's like there's no stopping you. So especially with the Ten of Pentacles here, I feel like some of you want to kind of create your own business, or kind of generate money or make money doing something that you really, really love, instead of doing something that makes you feel stagnant and bored. So, and Spirit is telling you again, you're going to be successful. The Ten of Pentacles is incredibly successful with foundation. So if you're moving somewhere, there's an incredible amount of success that you're going to find there. If you're trying to start your own business or make money with a side project or something like that, you're going to start to make money with that. Now, it's going to be a slower process. It's not going to happen overnight. So you will need some patience here, but just breaking the bonds here is the only way to get to this point. Okay. Wow. So here we have the Ten of Cups. Okay. So incredible success. Remember I told you with the Queen of Pentacles that she's actually sitting, like, it looks like her feet are actually in the water here. And so the Ten of Cups it's like these two cards to me go together in this reading, because the Ten of Cups is like an overflowing of happiness. Do you see the cups on the tree here? They're all overflowing with happiness. The sun is shining back here. The tree is even smiling down on you. So you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. This is like things merging together, kind of two different areas in your life merging together. So because you're feeling more stable and more secure and more successful in your own right, okay, because the Queen of Pentacles is very, very independent. The Queen of Pentacles does not need anybody to, like, this is you becoming successful on your own, okay? But with the Ten of Cups here, it's like other elements can come in to complement your success. So let's just say that you want to move to a different location, and you just want to pursue a new life. Okay, well, I see success happening with that. And then I also see you finding possibly a romantic partner to complement your individual success, okay? And this doesn't have to represent a romantic partner. It could just be you finding your balance, finding your happiness, and finding friends who complement that, who are in the same position that you are with your success and your own happiness. We have the Seven of Wands. So with the Seven of Wands and right below the Seven of Pentacles, especially how this person is in a state of stress, I really feel that whatever you were going through here kind of just got the best of you. And you realized, I can't do this anymore. I can't deny my inner truth anymore. I have to break free from these things that are really nagging at me. If you see this here, this creature is actually pulling on this person's hair. And this one is trying to steal one of the wands that's in her hand. So it's like realizing, coming to the conclusion that this is not working for me anymore. I need to make some changes. Slow changes. Slowly realizing I need to do things differently. And then when you break free from this, it's like then slowly figuring out what will work for you. What is it that you want? And how do you make that happen? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, so this definitely has something to do with feeling more secure with your future. Definitely some of you are thinking about moving somewhere. I think this is your sign that Spirit is saying, yes, that's a good idea. Others of you, I feel like, want to leave a relationship that's no longer working for you. Some of you want to leave a job that's no longer working for you. Whatever it is, whatever the situation is here, Spirit is saying that you will feel more grounded. You will feel like you can move again, right? Because there's something here where I feel stuck. Remember when I was talking about being in that box and I can't breathe? So there's something about movement. Hard work though. It's going to take, once you break away, it's going to take a little bit of effort to figure out all of the pieces. How do they all fall into line? How do I go about creating this life that I've dreamed of? It's going to happen though. So success is waiting for you. And it's kind of, I feel like all of this is going to be emerging in November, where you're starting to think about down here, like all of the success that you have here with the Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, right? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is listed in the description box below. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Tourmalinated Quartz, and your card is Gut Instincts, Intuition, Knowing, Sensing, and Trust. So I feel for you for the month of November, it's going to be very important for you to listen to your gut instincts, to really tune into your intuition, tune into any feelings that you have about moving forward with a situation, not moving forward with a situation, changes that you want to make in your life. Whatever your situation is, really, really listening to kind of your first instinct with something. And also trusting that the universe is working to guide you in the right direction. So really believing in yourself, moving boldly toward whatever it is that you are being drawn to. So also having a sense of faith that you are being guided in the right direction. Okay, let's see what your other oracle cards have to say. What else do you want to say to pile number 2, please? November 2024 insights. This card is really calling me. Meadow and vulnerability. It's very interesting that you have vulnerability and you have the lion here. So don't be afraid to let your vulnerable side come out. So you can be strong and you can be powerful, right? But also trust. When you feel that a situation is meant for you, that a situation is safe, it's okay for you to trust those feelings and to be vulnerable in that situation. Okay? Because Spirit's going to help guide you. So your intuition's going to help guide you on the next steps to take, on where you're supposed to be going. And so part of it is listening to your intuition, listening to your gut. So when you have that first sense, that very first, your intuition's very, very quick, right? Your ego is when you kind of go back and forth. You think about things too much, right? So when you get that first sense of intuition about a situation, go with that. And it's okay to be vulnerable in those instances. So we have Dragonfly and Emergence. I really feel like you're going after what you want here. Your intuition's guiding you somewhere. And I feel like part of what's happening there is you not doing things for someone else any longer. You doing things for yourself now. Even if it doesn't make sense to somebody else, you're following your gut instinct. And then you're doing things. And by doing that, you're kind of emerging as this new person, this new strong, powerful person. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2? November 2024 insights for pile number 2, please. Desire. What do you desire? What do you want to see happen in your life? Because I see you emerging into something new. I see because you're being bold, but at the same time you're being vulnerable, saying what it is that you want. And because of these 2 things, actually these 3 things combined, your intuition, your vulnerability, and your boldness, that's what's going to get you what you want. Wisdom. I feel like the wisdom is coming from your intuition here. Listening to your intuition. How does your intuition line up with your desires? And trusting that and moving forward with that. A couple of these cards were in pile number 1. If you're interested in watching that, if it resonates with you. If not, then just ignore that. Let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards now. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2 for November 2024 insights, please? Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups. With the 4 of Cups, I feel like you have been contemplating your life. And something has been pulling at you or nudging you in a new direction. And I feel like you've really been taking the time to get familiar with this feeling, get familiar with where you want to go from here. And I feel like you're really analyzing or that you need to, one or the other, depending on who's watching this, to analyze, excuse me, to analyze situations from a different perspective than you did before. So knowing that you want a different life for yourself, knowing that you want to make some changes in your life, but not just jumping into something. I see you moving boldly forward, but I see you doing that after you take the time to analyze exactly where you want to go. We have the Three of Wands. So with the Three of Wands, that's a continuation of what I was just saying. It's like you really carefully analyzing where you want to go, how you want to see things go moving forward. But once you make a decision, it's like you're emerging and you are going after it. And then once you go after it, you're going to start to see the energies coming back to you, where you are actually getting what you've been putting energy out there, trying to achieve, trying to accomplish. So you will have success here, and you can expand from that point on as well if you want to continue to change, continue to grow, continue to do whatever this is, whatever these changes are. You're going to have an opportunity to do that as well. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. This makes a lot of sense here. So I really see you contemplating every move that you're making. I see you making a lot of progress with whatever these changes are that you're making in your life. But with the Four of Cups and the way that this person looks here in the Eight of Pentacles, it's like you will make a certain amount of progress, and then you will sit there and think about the progress that you've made. You will sit there and think about this journey how far you've come so far on this journey. And I see you really sitting and again listening to your intuition, really letting your intuition guide you on this journey that you're going through or going on. We have the Hierophant. I see you contemplating doing things the way they've always been done, or taking a chance and doing something differently, kind of forging your own path forward. So this really connects the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles for me. You making a decision, do you want to go this way or do you want to go this way? The way things have always been done, or a little bit off the beaten path here. What's best for you? And again, something I see here is really, really getting in touch with your intuition, your spirit guides, your higher power, whatever that means to you. And using all of the resources that you have to help guide you. So really, really getting in a connection with those spirit guides or higher powers to help guide you on your next step, which is a piece of that is your intuition, right? Because these higher entities, these higher powers will try to speak to us and help guide us, which can be part of our intuition. So the Seven of Cups. Oh, see, remember I told you here about going kind of a more conventional route or doing something differently? I'm seeing that here too. I'm seeing that you have options. So for you, did I say that? I can't remember now if it was this pile or if it was pile number one, but it's like, so you have options, and what is the best option for you? So letting your intuition guide you, and really, especially here, you have two paths here, right? You have all of these options. So it's not just one way forward. You have different paths that you can go. okay? Where are you going to find your emotional fulfillment? What is the best pathway for you? And what I really see you either doing, or Spirit is trying to tell you to do this, is to take your time, okay? We see here, again, in the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, these two people here are sitting down, they're taking their time, they're contemplating before they're making a decision. And then possibly here in the Hierophant card, they are consulting with their intuition, consulting with their spirit guides, and then really evaluating all of the aspects of each option. Okay, that's where the wisdom comes in. Really, really, really sitting for a minute with your intuition before you make a choice. Because ultimately, I feel like this group wants like a better situation in your life, possibly a better life altogether. Like you want more for your life, or you're trying to figure out changes that you want to make in your life. So obviously you want to make the right decisions, right? To make your life easier. That's where this slow progression of analyzing things before you move forward is coming in. You see here, there's two ways to go here. So just keep that in mind. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles. Seriously, this is so connected to the Hierophant. And we have the three figures here and the three figures here. Remember when I was talking about connecting with your intuition, connecting with your spirit guides, connecting with your higher power, whatever that means to you? That's what I see here. So again, here, so you're moving forward, right? That's what we saw with the Eight of Pentacles here. And you're really getting a good grasp on where you want to go, what you want to see when you get there, what you want to do when you get there, right? Which is the Wisdom card. But you're also taking the time. You're not going so fast that you're missing details, or this is what you need to do. Okay, so slowing down, taking time to look at what's next. What is like the greater plan for your life? What are the details in this plan that this person's holding? And what is the best route forward to obtain these goals? We have the Two of Pentacles, because I feel like ultimately why you want to make changes in your life is because you want more balance in your life. So it seems like something's off balance, and it might not be hugely off balance, but it's enough to make you sit and think about making changes in your life. It's enough to spark this, kind of create this spark, like with your intuition, kind of nudging you forward, okay? And once again, we have contemplating two different paths, going one way or another way. And I feel like this isn't you saying, I can stay here or I can go here, right? Because look at this card. This here had the path behind this person, like they walked from here to here. They're trying to make a decision of going left or right. They're not going forward here, right? It's impossible to go forward in this card. So it's literally making a choice. So you have two options that you can go in your life, and it's going to be different from where you came from. So it's really about analyzing these two options that you have so that you make the right choice. And you're going to do that by listening to your intuition and also your spirit guides. And then you can emerge on the other side, right? And I think it's also being vulnerable with yourself, really feeling comfortable getting down to the core issues of what you want to do next in your life. What will create this growth in your life? And what will create progress and balance? Like, do you need more of a work-life balance? Are you really successful in your work, but you don't have a romantic partner? You know, so it could be any scenario. These are just kind of examples that I'm giving you of this balance that I see you wanting in your life. I see you working very, very hard to obtain this balance. I see that wherever you were here, I feel like it wasn't necessarily a bad situation. It was just something that you kind of outgrew. But I feel like this has been quite a journey, or will be quite the journey for you, where you're not just going to accept mediocre anymore. And kind of accepting that within yourself and being vulnerable and looking at what needs to change in your life. I feel like, and then having the courage to make these changes, and then making the changes and becoming successful, and then tuning into your intuition continually throughout this process. I feel like all of these things will come together, and it will bring you to this point of the Chariot here where things are coming together. Now you are living this new environment within your life. Okay, you're in a new place than you were before, and you're feeling like so strong and so confident and so powerful that you listened to your intuition, that you made these changes, and that you've come out on top, that things are working for you. You're so glad you took these steps forward. And you've gained a lot of wisdom along the way. Look at all these stars here. It's like all of these little milestones along the way. We have the Page of Swords. Lots of ideas to contemplate here. So you have a lot of ideas. Oh, and look at this. This person is actually standing on steps, right? Do you see how things are lining up for you? So there's a step here that the person's standing on. There's a step here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. And then there's a step here. Very similar to what we have here. Okay, this person, if you look at this card, it's so similar to this card here. Okay, so the person on the Page of Swords cannot go forward or backward here, because it looks like if they do, they're going to fall off the cliff. So they can no longer want to keep going on the path that they were on, just like we see here. This person cannot go forward here. This person needs to either go left or right. Same here in this card. This person's making a decision, analyzing things, looking at all aspects of the issue, and is going to make a decision to either go this way or go this way. And so I see that this is, where you are during this month of November, approaching this greater story that we see here. Yeah, this makes sense. The Hermit card. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I feel like for a lot of you, you may have kind of been a little introverted recently, because I feel like you had kind of a nagging instinct that something just wasn't right in your life, kind of thinking that maybe I should make some changes. And I feel like kind of when you first started getting those feelings, you kind of went a little introverted, and you were trying to process those feelings, which is what we see in this card and this card. And what I get here with this flame is really you trying to tune into your intuition, you trying to figure out where your passion lies, what will give you a spark of energy in this life, what will create a sense of excitement in your life. And I feel like you are no longer allowing distractions like this person here to guide you. I feel another thing that this person can represent is you really noticing signs from your spirit guides or your spiritual entity, your higher power, whatever, whatever it is to you. And I also see you really taking time out to make sure that you make the right decision going forward. Okay? It's happening again in this card. This person can't exactly move forward because then they would be falling off the mountain. But they can go this way or they can go that way. So really, it's like contemplating options well enough so that when you make a decision, you know that that's the right decision and you are going to go forward so boldly, like the lion here. Interesting. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Five of Wands, and this person is also in a boat with some pretty choppy, strong waters here. So, but I don't get, at least in your reading, I don't get a sense of danger with this card. You know, with the strong water here, it's a sense of determination that I get, a sense of things might be a little bit difficult now, but I'm going to figure everything out. It's nothing that I can't handle. And it's also right below the Seven of Cups. So this also takes me to the point of not making a decision until you've analyzed each thing. So with the Five of Wands in the traditional deck, you will see sometimes, well, actually in the traditional deck, it's people kind of arguing. Each person has a wand. They're kind of arguing and no one's seeing the other person's point of view. But kind of the other aspect of that is that you need to see the other points of view. And I see that that's what you're doing here, is that you're being vulnerable with yourself and you're really analyzing your feelings. You're kind of becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Being vulnerable can be uncomfortable sometimes. So I feel like this represents you really getting in touch with what has worked in your life in the past, what has not worked in your life, things you want to take with you moving forward, things that maybe you want to drop off along the way. And also, I'm seeing so much courage here because this could be very scary, but it's like you're taking the power of the lion and you are just moving forward, boldly going after what it is that you want. Remember here, once you make a decision, you're analyzing everything and then you're going forward. You're going for it. We have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is all about things coming together in a perfect union. Now, yes, this can be a relationship, but which it could be in your reading too, but I'm getting more the sense that because this is about you. This is about you making changes in your life for you. And so with the Two of Cups here, what I'm really getting is that this is you coming to a place of comfort, happiness, success, finding exactly what you were looking for. Do you see here? Remember I told you, I think I said, because I don't remember like exactly what I said, going forward with these two things here and leaving behind or dropping off along the way the things that you don't want to take with you. And then you have the Two of Cups here. So going forward with these two things or these two ideas. So what I'm trying to say with this is that You're figuring out what works in your life and what doesn't. You're taking your time. You're going slow. This is going to be a slower process. This whole thing might happen during November for you, or November could be the starting point for this to unravel for you. But along the way, you're taking the time to analyze, to kind of dip your toe in the water and say, how does this feel? Do I like the vision I see moving forward with this particular thing or this idea, whatever it is? And because you're doing that, in the end, ultimately, you end up in the perfect place with everything lining up for you. People, places, things, your energy, all of these things lining up for you here. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is listed in the description box below. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Moss Agate, and your card is Inner Child, Playfulness, Lightheartedness, Innocence, and Wonder. And you have little butterflies all over this card. And you have a rainbow here too. So I feel like, first of all, I feel like you need to relax a little bit in November. I feel like you need to get out and do something fun. Do something that just do something fun. I just got music. So going out, listening to music, going dancing, doing things that you used to do for fun. I feel like for some of you, you've been extremely busy, or you've had a lot of heavy circumstances in your life recently, and it's time for you to kind of just let loose, have some fun, forget about your problems for a minute, and kind of reconnect with that other side of your life. That, you know, because on the other side of that, I feel like for some of you, it's just been work, and no work-life balance. Some of you have been, you know, helping family or friends with situations, and it's just really you haven't had time for yourself. And so I'm feeling like this is the time for you to really focus on yourself and have fun at least once in November, okay? At least make time for yourself one day in November, if possible. Even half a day, or maybe even just 2 hours out of the day. If you can't do it more often than that, then at least take one day out to just bring a little bit of fun into your life. Okay, let's see what your other oracle cards have for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, November 2024 insights, please? Completion, full moon and completion. Yes. Some of you have completed something, a huge phase in your life. For some of you, I just got you finished something with school, something you are studying, some kind of project you are working on. For others of you, I got work, like you just finished a huge project at work, or like a trial, or even if you're not like a lawyer or in the legal field, it could be that you had some sort of legal issue, issue, and then you finally got closure on that. Whatever it is, there was something going on in your life that was, for some of you, it was a little heavy. For others of you, it was just weighing you down. And Spirit is saying that it's coming to an end. It's time for you to, if it's not something to celebrate, then it's time for you to just take a time out and just have some fun for a day. Because that's what your soul is really needing right now. We have river and movement. Interesting. There was something that maybe was keeping you kind of stuck or something. Which goes along with what I was saying with it could be something with school or work, or in the beginning I was saying that some of you may have been taking care of other people or other situations, or just working too much, where whatever it was, it seems like maybe you were waiting for a sense of completion for a long time and it just wasn't happening. But you see, you have completion and movement. So definitely things are starting to change for you in the month of November. And especially if you achieved a huge milestone with something, you need to celebrate that. So don't just go on to the next milestone the next day. At least take a day off to celebrate how far you've come. Okay. What else do you want to tell pile number 3? Grounded. I feel like because you are so caught up in whatever this issue, this thing that you are doing here, it's like you were off balance a little bit because it was so serious that you had no kind of joy in your life for a minute or two. And so Spirit really wants you to kind of cleanse your energy, find a sense of grounding again. And that grounding has to do with kind of finding that inner child again, finding what is it that you used to do, right? Because in order to be grounded, we need to be balanced in all areas of our life. And I feel like for you, for this pile number 3, it was very much one thing that was going on in your life and you couldn't focus on anything else. And now that's changing. And so now Spirit wants you to kind of just let your energy itself move again and become grounded again. And part of the way you're going to do that is by getting out and having some fun. Desire. I think this card, this desire card, came up in every single pile. I'm pretty sure. Because sometimes I kind of forget, just because I get so involved in the readings that sometimes I forget, but I'm almost positive. Okay, anyway. So what do you desire? What do you want? Like, as far as having fun and playfulness and lighthearted activities, what is it that you want to do? Is there something that you haven't done for a while? Is it getting out of the house and going for a walk? Going down to the water, going in the mountains? Or is it painting? Is it reading a book? Whatever it is, something that you haven't done for a while that will kind of allow a sense of closure here with this, and then movement forward, getting back to your normal kind of life. Because whatever this was, it's like, I feel like I'm like picturing, like, have you ever seen those cartoons or something like that where someone's has like this huge like round stone and they're trying to push it uphill, and it's so hard and it's so difficult to keep up the momentum, and it's like, but you can't stop until you get to the top of the mountain. And so that's what I'm feeling like. The situation that you were in was just this uphill battle, and it's like, okay, now that's over. It's time to celebrate, or it's time to just, like I said, go have some fun doing something. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? And it's interesting that I had these cards picked out for pile number 3 because they're a very light-hearted, fun deck. So very interesting. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. I feel like whatever the situation was, you're still kind of in it, even though it's complete now. So it's like your focus is still there. And so what Spirit wants you to know what Spirit wants you to know, pile number 3, is that in the month of November, it would be good for you to move a little bit. Do you want to travel? Have you wanted to travel somewhere to kind of get out, you know, get a little bit different energy going on in your life for a little bit? Definitely, Spirit is saying, yes, take that trip. Even if it's a day trip, you know, if it's an hour away, 2 hours away, Spirit is saying, yes, you should do that. Don't be so stuck in this energy where before you couldn't move because it was kind of controlling a certain aspect of your life for some reason. Spirit is saying it's definitely okay and would be good for you to get out of that for a while. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So, okay. It's interesting. I feel like this could be why you're still in that energy, because I feel like you completed a phase of something, but it's not completely over yet. You completed like a goal or some huge milestone or something, but you still have a ways to go on this. And so what Spirit is showing me here is that it's still going to be there when you come back. It's okay for you to take a moment out to celebrate how far you've come, because you have a ways to go still. Your eye is on the goal, and you're going towards your end goal. You're going to get there. However, the way to stay grounded and the way to make it all the way to your end destination is to have a little bit of fun in November. Is there some kind of event coming up that you want to go to? Let's just say, for instance, that it's a concert. Your favorite band is coming into town and you're saying, oh, I can't do that. I can't have fun because I need to focus on the next phase of my goal. Well, Spirit is saying that, no, it would actually help you concentrate more if you take a step away for a night, go enjoy yourself, and then come back with like a fresh mind, a fresh eye on whatever it is that you're working on. So we have the Hierophant. It's okay to break the rules from time to time. It's okay to step out of a rigidity. And see, I feel like some of you are studying for something or trying to create a business or something with all these books here and following the rules and doing things by the book and studying and all this. And it's okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay. It's going to be here. And like I said, you will be more focused when you come back than you would be if you just stayed in the energy. Like, it's good sometimes to kind of get out of where we are, right? You completed a huge milestone here and you're moving forward. You're getting closer and closer and closer to your end goal, but it's important to celebrate those milestones. We have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So you feel like if you take a break, you're going to lose your momentum. However, the important thing here is to know that in order to avoid burnout, sometimes it's important to take a break. You're almost there. You're so close. Look at this little mouse here. How cute is that? You're so close. And see, the cat has is a little wounded and has the fire here because the cat's tired. You know, in the traditional Nine of Wands, the person has some bandages on their head. And it's like, because you've been through a battle that you won, okay? You got through, you completed this phase. Before, it's like you're so close to reaching your goals here. But what will help you a little bit along the way is to take a little break. Just a little break, because taking that little break you will come back feeling more inspired and more driven, if that's even possible, because you're very driven. You're not going to give up. You're going to reach your end goal. But like give you an extra spark of life. We have the Two of Cups. Yeah, so I feel that you need to nourish this other side of you. You need to spend time with friends, spend time with family. You need to kind of reconnect with the lighter side of your personality. You're still going to reach your goals. Don't worry about that. Your goals are still going to be there. So it's really important for you to have a balance in November, okay? Balancing these two things. Balancing your goals and your inner child. The Eight of Pentacles, I laugh because this is you still trying to work on your projects, on your goals, on your work, whatever it is that you're so focused on. Okay, so, but do you see here what we have? Okay. You're so close to reaching your goal, and that's why I see you're afraid to take a break. Okay. But here, you actually take a break and you spend some time with friends and family, or, you know, whoever, you know, even if it's just with yourself. This could even be showing us, representing you taking some time out for yourself and just kind of enjoying life again here. Even though you might be enjoying the journey over here, but the lighter side of life here. And then you know what happens? You go right back to work here. But do you see what's missing from this card? The bandage is missing, the fire on the ears is missing, and the fire on the tail is missing. So taking some time out for yourself is very healing for you. Remember I told you you'll come back and you'll feel refreshed? That's what we have here. You've come back, you feel refreshed, you're ready to tackle your goals, go after exactly what it is that you want, and you have the energy to keep moving forward. So we have the King of Swords, yes. And taking that break might also give you a different perspective. Let's move these up just a little bit here. It will allow you to come back feeling stronger, having a different perspective on things, knowing what your next move is. Okay, these are being difficult. There we go. Being able to communicate also what you need, what needs to happen next, and making that happen. Moving forward with confidence, even though you already have that, but it's like you now have the energy to move forward. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is a slower card than the other court cards in the suit of swords. The other, at least the page and the knight, those are very quickly moving cards. And here we're slowing down a little bit. So by you slowing down and enjoying the moment for just a day, if that's all you can spare, you're coming back with a clearer mind, more focused. And not only that, but it didn't slow you down. It actually, by slowing down, it helped to speed things up. Does that make sense? Okay. So we have the Seven of Cups. This card makes me laugh. Okay. Do you see this, how this cat is just relaxing, is dreaming about all kinds of things, but while they're relaxing, they do have a fear. Oops. They do have some fears that something could be going awry. Okay. The Spirit is telling you to just enjoy a time out. Just relax. You need to relax a little bit so that you can make it the rest of the way through this journey that you're going through. Is there something you miss doing? You know, is there a hobby that you haven't done for a while? Could you, you know, do that for a day, one day every month, maybe on the weekend for an hour, something like that, to kind of create more of a balance in your life? And I think that your life will balance out once you get to the end goal here. Because like what I'm seeing in my mind is somebody who's in like school, who completed a semester of school, and someone who wants to immediately start preparing for the next semester instead of taking a break to have some fun. So that's just kind of like showing you what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, so that you might see how that applies to your own life. And it could be that example for you. But it's something like that where you completed one phase, but you have more to go, but not too much more to go, because with the Nine of Wands here, it's like you're almost at the end of this journey. So we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like with the Ace of Wands, you will have new ideas. It's like I said before, you taking a time out to celebrate all of your accomplishments so far will help you to become grounded, because it seems like things are slightly off right now with you, where you're so focused on one thing that it's like you don't even realize that you're on fire here. Okay, so it's like things that you're not seeing will become more apparent to you, and it will help you to kind of become even more determined. It's like you feel refreshed to continue on with what you're doing. It's almost like giving you a little bit of power to like power through the end of this journey. It's like it inspires you for some reason. It's like doing something fun inspires you to get through this, so that eventually once you finish with whatever this is, then you can actually have more fun and more balance in your life. We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you feel like you can't take a break. The Eight of Swords is all about feeling like you're stuck, but you're really not. So you see here, where was it? Well, it was in this card. Is there another one? No. Okay, so here, the King of Swords is wearing glasses. And here, if you look, let me pick this up for you. The glasses are on the ground. So the cat feels like it can't see and it can't move. It's stuck in between these swords. But the thing is, you can break free from the whatever's binding the cat here. You can pick up the glasses, and then you'll be able to see, oh, I just need to go forward. So again, it's like for some reason, well, I think it's because you feel like if you take a break, you're going to lose your determination. You're going to lose your momentum. But with the movement card, taking a break will actually allow you to move through this easier. Do you see how easy this path looks on this water? It's just a nice flow of water here, very comfortable, easygoing, and I see that happening with your energy. But you feel like you would feel more comfortable staying in your current position. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is just repeating everything in this reading here. The Emperor. So nothing's going to stop you from reaching your ultimate goal. You're going to get there. Okay, you have the King of Swords and you have the Emperor. You're getting to where you want to go, regardless. So it's really up to you. Do you want to just stay focused on this project, this thing that you're working on, or do you want to have a little bit of fun along the way? So ultimately, it's up to you. You're going to get there either way. So you can either not have any fun now and wait until you get to this point. But I feel like for some of you, even once you get to this point, you're still going to feel uncomfortable by taking a day off. Some of you might be workaholics or just so focused on your goal that you feel if you take a time out, you're going to lose focus, when it's actually the reverse. That's what Spirit's trying to drill into your head in this reading. We have the Eight of Cups. So with the Eight of Cups, this is showing me that ultimately you might take Spirit's advice and you might realize that by taking a time out, by walking away from what is stressing you out for just a minute, you will gain a sense of lightheartedness. You will gain a sense of even more strength and momentum than you've had before. You know, for some of you, I just got information that some of you feel like you haven't hit this milestone yet. Some of you are sitting there thinking, no, but I have to finish this. I have to finish that before I can have fun. Like I have to do this. I have to do that. And Spirit is saying, okay, but hold on just a second. Look back at your progress. Look at how far you have come. You are going to complete your goal here. It is going to happen for you. And it is okay to take a time out. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can always click the notification bell if you want to be notified of future videos. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching.